Hi babe, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Danny Do. The channel is Danielle Louise. And I would like to say hello to all my new subbies. Thank y'all so much for subscribing. And also I would like to thank the folks that have been rising with me since I started back filming again or whatever. I just want to thank everybody. Okay, I want to thank y'all, for subscribing. I really and truly appreciate it. Trust me, I really truly appreciate it, honey. Every time I get a little subscribe, let me scratch that. Every time I get a subscriber, it makes me so happy. I bought a new bra, and I'm just standing up here fixing myself. Okay. But I wanted to tell y'all about what happened to me tonight. I had a delivery to East Point, Georgia, at a BJ's tonight, right? So I got here and figured out, maneuvered my way to where the docks were. And so I just pulled in front of the docks, because usually whenever I deliver to like a BJ's or whatever, it usually is one truck. Is it BJ's? Because I get, yeah, usually I've only been the only truck that's coming to make a delivery. So, and if anybody else was to come, they come, I guess they'd already had been there or been leaving when I get there or whatever. So I'm not used to having somebody else delivering or delivering at the same time. So I just pulled in front of the docks and was getting my paperwork, and I noticed another truck had pulled up and behind me. So, but he didn't come in the same way that I came in, and it was some cones in front of where he was coming in at. That's really irrelevant. I just saw the person and behind me. I was like, dang. But I was like, whatever. And I just walked up, hit the bell to get somebody to come out, but another guy had pulled up in a car and he was backing in or whatever and getting out, and he didn't ever say anything to me like I knew who he was or something like that. So I was just ringing the doorbell or whatever, and then he got his key and he was opening the door. I'm like, well, dang, you could have just said, oh, give me a minute or something like that, I'll be with you. I'm ringing the doorbell for nobody to come, because it was supposed to be him. Okay. But so yeah, then so we walked in. I said, so do I give my paperwork to you or whatever? He was like, he said something, and he took the paperwork or whatever. He went inside, and then he came back out with the bolt cutters or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, this is the person who I'm here to see. He just wasn't saying nothing. I guess he was just getting himself together. And I was supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. I got here at 9:25. So that happened, and he went and cut the bolts. I opened the doors, and so he told me where to put it. There are three dock doors, right? So I was in, there was already a trailer in the last one, so he wanted me to get in the first one. So there was the middle dock that was available, right? After I pulled in to the dock that he told me to go in. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, the guy that was in behind me, he eventually pulled around me. And it's really a tight space back there, so I didn't want to make a U-turn anyway, but he took, in my eyes, he took my ability to make a U-turn away, because he made the U-turn and then he parked. So really he was in my way. So anyway, I had to blindside back, because I wasn't willing to make a U-turn or whatever to get turned around to be able to do it sighted. And the fact that there were two dock doors, so I had more than enough room to swing, to get the trailer back properly. I hope y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I had enough space to back in blindside. So I did that, and he had to move back some, because I had pulled on his passenger side, just trying to get myself angled going back to the docks, right? So he had to move back because he was in the way. Like, he could have stayed where he was, you know what I'm saying, and then did what he had to do so that I could have enough room. But he didn't do that. So okay, fine. I'm on shoot. When somebody is in my way, generally I'm not gonna ask them to move if I can see a way to kind of get in with them where they are. I'm not gonna ask you to move. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. And if you see one about to hit you, you need to get to backing up. I'm moving out the way. Okay. I hope that's what they would do anyway. Some people don't move, but whatever. That's just me. I would just try to do it anyway. So I got backed in after, I think I had to pull up twice or whatever, get out and look twice just to make sure. Because at first I was going more towards the first trailer that was already in the door, and that's not where I was supposed to be going. So I had to get out twice and look to see, you know, how much room I had and if I was about to hit that other trailer. And at one point I was about to just, you know, hit the trailer. So anyway, good thing I got out and look, because sometimes I don't get out and look. Sometimes. But, I mean, when it's pertinent or when I need to, I do get out and look or whatever. But I got out and look, okay, before any damage was done, because I ain't got time for that. So I got out and looked, back, got in this space or whatever. And then, like, so once I got in, I went to check the trailer, make sure it was up against the dock on both sides, you know, because sometimes you could be a little off on one side. But anyway, I made sure. I was like, well, if they need me to move, they'll come out and tell me. So I goes and get back in my truck, and here he comes, pulling up. And he stops, and he was like motioning for something, and I'm like, huh? And he was like, you see that line? I looked down at the ground, and it wasn't even a line. It's just the separation of the concrete. And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I'm gonna hit your mirror if, you know, because you're not straight. This man had enough room, because like I said, he had already made the U-turn and got in position so that he can back from his sighted side. I'm sitting in my truck, so if you're going to hit me, I can easily hit my horn to let you know that you're about to hit my truck. But he had, in my opinion, more than enough room to back into that spot. He had swinging room and everything in front of him, because he had already gotten himself into position. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go in, because I already felt the guy put the plate down in my trailer. So I knew he was, I think that's what I felt, but I knew he was back there. However it went, I can't remember if I knew he put the plate down or not. But I think he had. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, I'll go in and let them know that I need to straighten up so you can get in or whatever. And he was like, okay. So I went in. I told the guy, I went in, and the girl was sitting in the office or whatever. So I asked her, I was like, I told her I need to move my truck to get straight so that the other guy could get in. And so she went to find the guy that was going to unload me. Took her a few minutes, and she came back, and he said, no, you're good. He was like, you're good. I was like, but the other guy said he can't get in. And she was like, so she went back to the guy, and he started laughing. He was like, because he had already told me, because when he came out with the bolt cutters, I was telling him, I was like, do I need to move out? Did I say, do I need to move out the way so that he can get in? I was just asking that I need to move out the guy's way. He was like, no, you're priority. I mean, he was like, he can wait. So I was like, okay, shoot. And I went and, like, he hadn't even checked in anyway. So I opened the doors. I think that's what. He came out, he cut the bolt. And I opened the doors. That's when I got back in. No, yeah, I'm effing up. That's not, no. I done went all the way back to the beginning. So yeah, I went in to tell him. The guy laughed, and he told me, he said, if he can't get into that spot, he can wait. And he said something else. He was like, The hell? He can wait. And he said if he say something else to you, tell him he can wait. So I was like, okay. So I went right on back to my truck, and because when I was walking out, he had them back where he was in the beginning, and I heard him on the phone, so I wasn't about to walk up to his truck and tell him nothing. So I got in my truck, locked my door, and I was just sitting there. So here he comes walking over, and he was like, so I thought you were going in to, no, he said, I thought you were moving your truck to get straight. I say, I went in and told people, and they said you could wait. He said something, and he was like, basically acting like he couldn't hear me, but he was kind of yelling at me, right? So before I knew it, I yelled at the man. I said, they said you can wait. Baby, I'm a Sagittarius and very, very feisty at times. You got the wrong one. So he was like, I'm going to go in here and talk to him because they're going to take 2 hours and I'm ready to go to, he said, I need to park so I can go to sleep. And I was like, okay. The fuck? I'm not about to move. The hell? I cannot just pull my trailer away from the dock once those people have, you know, locked me in or put the plate down because they may be back there, and I don't want to injure or hurt anybody because you think I'm too crooked. And there, mind you, y'all, there's no lines on the road, on the pavement or whatever to show you, you know, to make sure that you're straight. That damn line in the concrete is not necessarily the guide to say that if I'm over it a little bit, this is the line. I was like this. I wasn't even over. Well, just imagine this is my tire. Not, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't necessarily over it to where I was on his side where he would have had to back in. He had enough room. Maybe the man, you know what I'm saying, maybe he's not experienced. Maybe he just, you know, wasn't as confident to do it. But I would have tried, you know, I would have tried seeing as there was somebody in their truck and they could see if I was about to hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But he didn't even try. You know what I'm saying? He had enough room. Trust me. So, yeah, that happened. I just didn't appreciate him yelling at me because who the hell are you talking to, sir? You standing flat-footed on this ground. I'm in this 18-wheeler. And before you could get back to yours. Anyway, I'm crazy. But yeah, my point is I hadn't yelled at that man before I knew it. Because I felt like he was yelling at me. Sure. Don't yell at me, sir. You got the wrong one. I ain't taking it. I'm a feisty sage, and I will cuss you up before I know it. In most cases. Okay? I think he tried it because I was a woman. But I don't know. I ain't going to go to making assumptions. Because when he had told that to a man, he ain't really said much, but whatever. That's what had happened. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell he thought he was talking to. I mean, I felt kind of bad, but then again, like I said, he had enough room, so it's not like I was in his way. I wasn't really in his way. It wasn't like the doors were extremely tight. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's tight, and if you over a little bit too much, maybe you can't get in. But he had enough room. Like, I mean, I've been driving for 7 years. I know what enough room looks like. But you know, some people be tired, and I'm hot, y'all. I didn't turn my air down, but I meant up. Some people, what was I gonna say? Some people, you know, maybe maybe he hadn't been driving as long as I have, because you know what I'm saying, I haven't been this good, or you know, been able to maneuver, you know, a lot either. But I still would have tried, you know what I'm saying, if I was tired. That's what I was gonna say. I think he probably would, maybe he was tired and he just you know, wasn't as confident in himself to try to get in that spot. But again, I would have tried. You know what I'm saying? Get out and look to see if you're about to hit somebody. He didn't even try. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted me to move my truck over just a little bit. You need to go that way. Okay. I mean, I was going to try and move out of the way. I do what I can to help, but you're not going to talk to me in any kind of way. That's what you're not going to do. Not in any kind of way. And I'm in this 18-wheeler. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, child, I want to tell y'all that story. I might have to retell it. I'm going to run this back and see how I feel. I'm 15 minutes in. That's the whole video right there. But yeah, y'all, I'm headed to about 5 miles up the street to pick up a Coke load, take it to Maryland. So yeah, that's what's next on the agenda. I'm about to get ready to also finish editing because I did not put up a video Friday. Sorry, y'all. But I'll have, maybe I'll put 2 out tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm going to try to get 5 videos in this week. I really should be uploading every single day. But it hasn't worked out that way as of yet. But you know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. I'm working on uploading every day. And I'm just going to do it every day or for Monday through Friday for as long as it takes for me to get monetized. And then I think, like, I'm going to try to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at least going to keep consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to leave like I have for long periods of time and then come back. I'm tired of starting over, and I just want to keep going. But right now I am posting Monday through Friday for sure. Well, I'm trying to post Monday through Friday, and if I ever get a chance, it'll be every day. And then further than that, I want to post 3 times a day. So I'm just working on it, staying consistent, posting as much as I can. Okay. But yeah, I just want to tell y'all about that story and that, and then I'm gonna, you know, how I always got to come on here and tell y'all about how I ain't have enough time to do things over the weekend. But here, look at it. How I ain't have time to do things over the weekend, but I did get home a little extra early this time. Just a little bit. I got home in the afternoon instead of at night, and of course it still didn't seem like enough time, so I didn't get to do my hair. I put on Old Faithful, so that's what I was going to talk to y'all about in the next video. So I'll be back. I'm about to make some cereal, and for some reason this girl don't want to focus. Come on now, what the hell? You should focus. That's why I ain't told my damn camera. Would you focus on me? Thank you. The main attraction. Bye, y'all.